Yeah, how's your head?
It hurts. I'm making it through. And then I'm looking at those AI pictures and I'm like, wow, that's a stark difference, sis.
Yeah, I said that last week, but here we are. Thank God for AI.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are, the way to the future. Well, hello,
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
Hello, ladies. Hello.
Hi, Chris. I love that little corduroy hat you got on there.
Well,
Okay.
that's actually it's not corduroy. The jeans are corduroy. I haven't worn cords in a long time.
I
But
love
these
cords. I
it's
haven't
like
found
ribbed.
a good pair.
This
Wait
is
a
from
minute.
my rag and bone collection. Remember I went shopping. A rag and bone cords. A rag and bone shirt.
Ooh. Well, you go
Anywho.
ahead. You go ahead there,
Mm-hmm.
cat daddy. We ain't mad at you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fajita
So
is
what's up,
laying.
ladies?
We good. Um, Here we are, another week, another episode of Married at First Sight. But
Week 3.
before we get into the Married at First Sight, we got to talk about a hot topic.
Okay.
Topic.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. So, I don't know what her name, a young mommy, whatever,
Marisha.
went online with Trina and was, well, okay, let's do the backstory. I guess young mommy is dating Diddy, Love, P. Diddy, Puff, Sean Combs. We'll just throw all the names out there. And I guess Trina has a little game. We got to incorporate this game in, but I don't want to put my, and she's like,
Girl.
let's have a truth or dare or whatever, truth and take a shot if it's the truth. Young mommy likes her golden showers. That's what I'm going to stop right there.
She says she likes it.
What can you say? I ain't got nothing to say to it, really.
To each their own.
Again, yes, to each their own. But yeah,
Do you do it in the shower?
I would imagine I would hope that you would do it someplace where
wet? It's not like a
or
bedroom.
a shower.
Shower.
Or they do have waterproof blankets and stuff.
yeah. No.
So
I ain't never heard of no
I don't
waterproof
know.
blanket.
But what I've always wondered about that kind of stuff is how do you get to that? How do you ask somebody to do that? Like, and who's saying, you know what I mean? Like, how's the conversation come up? It's like, you know, what'd be fun? I mean, like, how do you approach from either angle, from the woman or the man, the woman? Like, you know what? Would you shit on my chest? I mean, like, how do people come to?
Obviously, conversations that are being had because there are people who like.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying, but like, how would one start that conversation of like,
yeah,
you know what I was thinking?
And then where does it stop?
Yeah.
Because when you start the conversation, it's like maybe you might be into it if somebody says, "Hey, let's go take a shower together. It's sexy. It's invigorating." Okay, great. Then you bring in the whole, "Oh, I gotta pee. Let me pee on you." And then where does it go? Because where are you peeing? Because nowhere near here. And I just don't want you. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a prude on this one, and I'm not a prude. But that whole pissing in the shower, golden shower shit is not for me. Period. End of story. No.
But I think they said like big stars or like Eddie Murphy had some questionable thing. You remember he got caught with that woman, man. I don't know who. Yeah. Well, you can't. You know, that's not the. Yeah. That's not a proper term. Yeah, back in the day it was transvestite. Yeah, it's not a proper term. Transvestite is, huh?
It's not a proper term anymore.
Cross dress. No,
It's not a proper
exactly
term today, but back
right.
then, when Eddie Murphy,
It was
so
said.
we're gonna call it the term that it was when Eddie Murphy got busted with the transvestite.
Right.
It is what it is.
I can
So I'm
call it
saying,
the proper term. I just didn't know that wasn't on the table anymore. What's the new word
yeah,
on the table?
I think a
Transsexual.
cross-dresser maybe.
Transsexual.
No, not transsexual.
Well,
No,
what's
transsexual
transsexual?
is it. Transvestite means vest as in clothing, from the Latin word vestitus or whatever, which means
So isn't
changing
that
of
like a
clothing.
drag queen? Isn't the same as a
Yes,
drag
but transsexual is actual wanting to be a woman or wanting to be a
queen?
man.
But technically
Okay.
not a woman.
But
Like
transvestite was considered just cross-dressing.
Just cross.
You can be a man and attract to women, but you just like wearing
and
women's clothes.
that's
Just
the
like women's
same. That's the
clothes.
same as a drag queen.
No, a drag
She's
queen
not
is
a
someone
drag
who
queen. A drag
who's
queen is a
no someone.
performer.
Yeah, performer who's dressing up and putting makeup on and trying to look as much like a woman as possible. A transvestite just may like having women's clothes on and be completely straight and be completely
Didn't know
straight
any
and
better.
yeah,
I didn't know
Okay.
any better. Okay, well,
I'm sure I'll
here we
find
go.
find the proper terminologies for us.
Yeah, there's
maybe
too
on the
many
next
So you were
terms.
saying that there are many celebrities that have like certain kinks.
Yeah, certainly, kinks and once you get to a certain level, if you can have any woman or any man that you want, I guess it could get boring, maybe. You know what I mean? So why not, with the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett thing and, people, Jamie Foxx is rumored it's, and it's not, these
Jamie
are
Foxx
all
is rumored
rumors
as
and
what?
innuendos.
What's the rumor?
He's had some, proclivities. Just rumors.
Oh, okay.
All
But
right,
anyway,
so
you get to a
okay,
certain level, and I'm saying, so like maybe that's something new and exciting for people who are like, oh, I've done this, that, and the other. Let me try
But
doing
that's
this.
the
I
thing
may like it.
about that.
with
I don't
sex.
know if it's new and exciting. Let me try. If I'm this type of way. I mean, this is a whole nother podcast that we have to talk about because I'm like, if I am this type of way, like,
Maybe you don't know if you like being peed on.
Away.
well, I don't want to be peed on. I already know that.
Yeah, but
I don't want to be peed on and shit on.
but if you didn't try, maybe you wouldn't.
I don't want to. No, that
I know
does
you.
not.
I'm just saying in general, if people are open to something like that, they can be like, "Oh, I've never tried that. Maybe I like it. Maybe I wouldn't like it."
I
Yeah,
don't
can
know.
see be okay. I don't want to be peed on. Anybody listening, just don't want to be peed on. But I will say that I think I would take that over you wanting me to eat your ass.
Oh, because that's a whole new.
That's a whole nother topic, Shahida.
No, it's
I'm
not.
sorry.
No, it's
I'd
not. Not
rather
really. No,
we're in the shower and I think I could maybe handle that. I cannot handle my tongue in your asshole. That's an absolute never,
Yeah.
ever will happen.
All I'm gonna say is this: the only time I want somebody to pee on me is if I get stung by a jellyfish. Because pee, obviously, let's get physical about it.
I don't think it's as bad as shit.
That's
I'm
a
sorry.
myth.
When you pee,
That's a myth, though.
when you pee,
I know.
it's sterile. When it comes out, it's sterile. So if you get stung by a jellyfish or bit, I might be wrong, but I know I'm right with the jellyfish. But like with snake bites,
I know
and
that's
stuff,
just your gate. That's just your gateway to being peed on. That's your excuse. You know what? I got stung by a jellyfish. Can
I
you
got stung by a
just
jellyfish.
pee on
You
me
wanna
for a
see
second?
Just did something to
Tony,
me.
there's no jellyfishes around. Yeah, but it feels like I got stung by a jellyfish. Could you pee on my leg?
right here? But yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go into Married at First Sight because that's a whole that.
There is no truth to the myth that peeing on a jellyfish sting can make it feel better. It simply doesn't work.
I thought it was
So
sterile pee on a jellyfish
no,
sting. Like
no. Should you? No. Despite what you may have heard, it's a myth. One of the possible reasons that this myth became popular could be due to the fact that the urine contains compounds like ammonia and urea. No. So do not
Well,
be.
I've watched too many episodes of Survivor, and here we are. So anyway,
They pee
Let's
on
go.
each other on Survivor.
I guess. Do they?
on Survivor with the jellyfish stings and all that shit. Anyway, we're over this.
They were
We're
peeing
talking about.
on Survivor on
They were
other
peeing on
people.
each other?
Oh yeah, they were peeing on each other. I saw a couple of episodes where somebody got stung by a jellyfish, and the producers was like, does somebody have to pee on the wound? And they literally was like pissing on the
They set
wound.
those folks up.
They set them up to get pissed on like R. Kelly. I want to piss on it.
Oh my God.
That's the perfect ending. I want to pee on you. I'm going to pee on you. All right. Anyway.
All right, go ahead, girl.
Just look it up. But in the meantime, Married at First Sight Nashville. And what can I say? When I say to you guys, I only have 5 bullet points of notes that I took. I didn't take a lot of notes because I was sitting there watching the episode and I was just like, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better. Boring. So who are we going to start with?
Boring.
Let's start with.
I thought it was like any other.
Yeah.
Any other one.
Who?
I just thought like it was like any other show that we've watched before and not boring. It's just too long. They're just too long.
They're way too long. Let's start with the 2 couples that got married that we left
Airless and Jasmine.
Eris and Jasmine and Dominique and McKinley. So let's start with Eris and Jasmine.
They both looked genuinely happy when they saw each other. I mean,
he was like this. He went like this.
Woo!
Oh, he applauded. He was like.
But she was his height or taller than, she had heels on.
She had heels.
So they're about the same height. So she's probably like 5'6", and he's probably about 5'10". You know what I mean? 5'9", 5'10". She's about 5'6".
Yeah, he looked intimidated when she walked out, and he obviously he was happy. And then when they started the whole ceremony, he looked a little intimidated. But
I'm always curious on where you are finding these small quirks that I have no idea. And he did not look intimidated at all. I mean, he looked very happy. He looked content. He looked relaxed, actually. Intimidated? I don't know, intimidated. I don't think he looked intimidated at all. He wasn't like, I can't measure up to her.
To me, he looked a little intimidated at the wedding. Once they got face to face, here's a couple of things. Neither one of them made eye contact with each other, which was a little weird to me because I'm like, you're marrying a complete stranger. If you look at Jasmine, mostly Jasmine was not making any, she saw him. She was obviously happy with him, but she didn't make any eye contact with him at all during the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
He looked a little intimidated. When I say intimidated, that might be the wrong word to use, but I'm using it. When she showed up and he's like, oh, you're taller than me. And he was looking at her the whole time during the ceremony. And I was like, maybe he's a little intimidated by her, like with her looks and her height and everything. I could be wrong.
I didn't see that.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, I mean, even the eye contact thing, I felt that they met. I mean, that they had, normal eye contact for somebody that you're just trying to stare at and don't want to, and you kind of like pull it. Right. So it was like sneak peeks. I didn't see it as like, oh no, real eye contact. And when they were sitting down talking together, they were looking at each other. They had eye contact.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah,
I was talking about those damn dogs.
I was focusing on the wedding ceremony where the eye contact wasn't there.
Yeah, but he was clapping his hands. He was excited. I thought it was more excited than intimidated.
I think I'm gonna jump just a tiny bit ahead. I don't know why they didn't hook her up with someone who loved animals as much as he does. That's a huge huge sacrifice for some. I like animals. I can deal with a dog. I can deal with a cat. I cannot deal with 4. And
And
4
then the breeding,
puppies, huh?
Wait a minute. Not
and then the
only
breeding part,
you're
Yes.
dealing with
9.
something like 9 to 10 dogs. Yeah, no, we're good
And he
here.
was not pleased. And I don't blame him. I mean, you typically would, when it comes to animals specifically, the other person has to be just as into animals as that other person. You can't, it's not a good mix in my opinion. 4 dogs she has. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So
That's
that
tough.
was one of the things I said. Did you see her mama's dress? The big pink.
No.
I did the big pink chiffon shit, and I was
See?
like,
I was thinking about you when I watched it because I said, okay, she came to be seen.
I'm not going to talk about her mom and her dress. Her mom is a cancer survivor, so her mom is showing up and showing out.
That's what I'm saying.
It is what it is. But can we? I think we talked about it last week, so I'm not going to put a lot of stress in this. Aris's cousin, Felina, or whatever her name is. Whatever.
Yeah, that was shady on her. You know, well, just like in the after party, they talked about, like she ain't getting an invite. Who is it? Shaquille was like, I wouldn't have even invited her. If she's not going to be there to support you and celebrate the fact this was happening, then don't invite her, because she was all negative Nelly. And I'm trying to figure out why it's one thing to voice your opinion,
Right.
and say, look, I'm concerned. I don't know about this. I don't think you're ready, blah, blah, blah. But you don't beat it down to the point of like, now you're being kind of like, there's something beneath it. This, to me, it seems more vindictive when it's just like, I don't know if they played that up with her, if the producers played that up, but it seemed a little bit vindictive after a while, because she was like, I just don't like so and so. He's not ready. This is this. I was like, okay, all right, well.
It wasn't like she didn't like so and so. She just didn't like the situation. Like and I kind of get where she's coming from. That's her cousin. She knows him. They're close, and she knows his history. So I can see where she's like, don't do this. And then showing up the wedding. And then showing up at the wedding and saying, you got time. Be like, if you don't want to do this, like we're at the last possible minute. If you don't want to do this, I'll walk out with you right now.
It's kind of too late for him to do that. And I understand you voice your opinion, but after you've done that and he said, no, this is what I want to do, then leave it alone. Leave it alone. He's going to do what he's going to do. He's got a whole TV production waiting on him. If he wants to leave, he'll leave on his own. Nothing that she's going to say is going to make him leave, unless it was a, long lost love who came up and said, don't get married or something like that. But in this case, she needed to is that what she needed to say?
My mother told me the same thing on my wedding day, the morning of, you don't have to do this. I said, no, I got this. Trust me. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Go on.
But as for her, I think, but just like my mother, you have to let it go. You have to embrace the person coming into the, and I always say, when it comes to marriage, the most important element of it is family support. So you at that point you have to support it. I didn't like her conversation with Jasmine. I thought she could have been a little bit more positive at that point. And yeah, I understand, like, you're trying to figure out why she's doing this or whatever. And you're probably told to stick some questions out there.
That's true. That's true.
At the end of the day, I hope that she gets better as time goes on. I understand you love your cousin, but
I get where she was coming from, because she made it very clear. She's like, she's a pageant girl. She's in this pageant world, and they are trained and conditioned
I would have answered the same way though. That
Exactly.
girl wants to be married. She wants to be married.
Right.
From even in
Right.
her interviews, that's basically what she has been saying. I find out of everybody, she's one of the most sincere about wanting to be married.
Yes.
I
And
agree with
it's
you.
one thing, and it's one
Go ahead.
and it's
Chris.
one thing to have your doubts about it and say to him he's not ready, but you don't even know her. You're just meeting her, and instead of being so like, she's pageant, she has all her answers ready. She already had an attitude as opposed to, let me see what this woman's about, and this woman could be good for my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give her a chance. At least she was giving her no chance. And the after party afterwards, Jasmine said she didn't even realize that she was like that. She didn't realize how negative she was until she watched her be negative to him before the thing and the shade that she had about it. So that's duplicitous as well. Because if she had said, look, this is my cousin, and just like the three girls who were grilling. Someone was grilling. They were grilling Shaquille. Remember they were grilling Shaquille.
Oh, yeah.
They were grilling him about stuff, and he was like, okay. But they're all like, I don't know who you are. This, I mean, for that sake. But she seemed to have a little extra venom towards the girl for some reason, and then was kind of duplicitous about the whole thing of like, acting this way, but being shady behind her back. Anyway, so we'll see.
Well, I like the fact that, even though I brought up the whole pageant queen thing, I like the fact that Aris's mother, even though his cousin wasn't feeling it, Aris's mother was like it looks
came
like
to party.
Likes her. Huh?
I said she came to party at the reception. They had a good time.
Aris's mother looks sincere. So I am curious to think, I'm curious as to how this is going to play out, because Aris has made it very clear that he's a only child and he likes his space. He's never lived with anybody. He's not communicative. I think that the whole communication thing, because even at the friggin' reception, she's asking him questions and he's just talking to her. He was more, I mean, I get it, because I'd be the same way too. I like animals too, but all them goddamn dogs and all that breeding shit, I'd be like, I don't need all that shit in my personal space. So I'm with Aris on that. But I just think that it's going to take her. She's going to need to put in a lot of effort to reel him in and get his emotions out and have communicative conversations with him. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ready either. Kind of now,
I feel it. I don't like it when men, specifically Black men, don't open their mouths when they speak and don't enunciate. And it's like he seemed bored, like with the conversation, like and just looking straight ahead and just not really being open. So maybe.
But he's not very expressive in the first part. In the first, he's like everything's like this, and he's like, he's just like, he has dead eyes too. His eyes never like that's what it is. He has dead eyes, so he's always kind of like this. So even if he's excited, he's like, yeah, I'm really excited. And if he's upset, like, man, I'm really upset. His eyes are never changing. Man, I hate you, man. Man, you look so good. Man, I love you so much.
Oh
man, I am so annoyed.
I can't with you right now. This is
that is he does have he doesn't.
Yeah.
And yeah,
right.
so really bored with the conversation. I don't know. It just didn't open up his mouth. Like Shaquille, he's expressive. And you see it all over his face. I like Shaquille.
All right, so let's go into Shaquille and Kirsten, because all I saw with that is the friggin'.
Oh, before we jump to them, though, I do not think these two are going to make it at all, Jasmine and Aris.
Oh, I'm going to stick with my guns. Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to make it.
All right, so go back. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you changed your?
No, I think I don't. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Put that way.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna make it. So let's jump
I think
to
too many dogs.
Kirsten and Shaquille, because when I watched their reception, I was like, is this San Diego all over again with Justin and Alexis when they did the whole? Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna.
I was like, sir.
I'm gonna put my personal preferences out there. I think that the whole throwing the bouquet, getting the garter, and doing all that shit is just weird and creepy to me. I've never liked it in wedding ceremonies. I never have. I never will. So here we are. So Shaquille unleashed his inner Justin with his old and got up under that dress, got the garter, and then took it a step further and started dry humping her in the seat in the dress.
That surprised me. That surprised me.
He seemed.
I was like, oh, okay, Shaquille. All right, I see what you're trying to.
But he didn't seem
You're like,
like
you ain't gonna kiss me at the altar, huh? You ain't gonna kiss me at the altar. You ain't gonna kiss me at the
Exactly, and the fact that she allowed that, but wouldn't take his.
She was smiling and
unless he asked for it. Unless he asked for it. She would have kissed him if he asked her.
On that one.
I'm glad he did it because regardless of what she wants, he's gonna still do what he wants to do.
Yeah, but
because she's so resistant. She's so resistant to everything else, about the kissing and stuff like that.
She's playing a game, a role. Like when he said, "Oh, my wife, she's so virtuous." Where do you see that, sir? Where? She
well, the fact that she didn't want to kiss. Yeah.
She just.
He was trying to come up with some kind of excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was trying to come up with some excuse that he got rejected.
But he did say, he said, my wife is so virtuous, and I don't understand what the kiss was about, but I know it has to be something deeper. So he probably felt a tinge of that rejection that she was throwing out there.
But yes, he did. They showed it to him on the after party that she said all he had to do was ask my permission. And Jasmine and McKinley was like, well, I don't see why he would have to ask your permission because you're marrying him. I'm like, you signed up for this.
Right.
Why are you now? Why all of a sudden you're picking and choosing? If you sign up to marry a stranger at first sight, then why are you getting in your feelings about I'm not going to kiss you unless he asks me to kiss him, which leads me to believe that this is another marriage that isn't going to work because I don't think that Kirsten is attracted to Shaquille at all. Period. No. End of story. She wants it. He's got everything that she needs.
And she said that.
She said that.
She said that. She acknowledged everything that she wants. A guy for her.
But he is not giving it to her. He's not, she's not feeling it. And again, this is why women are single. Because you want too much. You got everything right here.
Women. It's me too. It's don't you say women, just why women are single. It's men.
It's everybody. It's men and women. So let me do this. Okay, let me rewind. Y'all want too much. This is why I'm out of the game. I'm out of the dating game. Y'all want too much. You want all this, women. Y'all want all this, men.
Chris, look at me.
It ain't coming to the table.
Look at me, Chris. She want to be in that game so bad. She ain't fooling nobody.
I do. And that's why I say this. And that's why I'm so combative about it, because I do want to be in this game. But at the end of the day, I don't have the energy to be in this game. I could bring everything to the table like Shaquille. The education, the job, the money, the house, the everything. And it's still not, because my hair may not be long enough to you. My skin may not be dark enough.
Yeah, but that's just a societal thing.
I'm not done. My height may not be tall enough for you. My shit, nothing. So here we are. So now you want to really nitpick? What the fuck do you want, Kirsten? And men that might want to be interested in me. But I'm not good enough for you because I'm not your fucking type. So go fuck yourselves, everybody. And on that note, popping my edible.
And what were you gonna say, sir?
No, I was just gonna say I think it may be just people in general are because there's always something else out there. There's always something better. There's something more, or whatever. But if you go, I'm telling you, if you go on a show like this where you give it up to the experts and this and the other, then don't do it if you're not going to accept what they give you. Don't do it. Just like what's her name? The rude girl. Remember the dude with Chris, the real estate dude last year? The girl from Texas 2 years ago, Alyssa. If you know you're going to get someone that's not your physical type, at least be nice of it. Then don't do it. If you know there's a risk that he's not going to be exact, no one is going to get exactly what they want and looks wise. You may get height, but you may not get, Kirsten's talking about, he's bald. When I first saw him, he didn't have hair. I was like, you know what, girl? You're lucky that you have anybody trying to talk to you because.
And she's a good looking woman, no doubt.
Yes, she is.
That's not everything. What's the saying? Behind every good looking woman, there's a man sick of her shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying she's a good looking woman. And I was starting to think that maybe she would get over that hump, because if you do have a person that is just perfect for you on paper and she acknowledges that eventually you can get to that point because you're looking at the bigger picture. I'm hoping that she's mature enough to look at the bigger picture, but I don't think so.
No.
I don't think she'll get past it. I think that she'll continue and to me, look at him. He's not only good on paper, but then he's fun too. He communicates well. I mean, for a black man, I mean, he has everything, because I want a man too that, like, okay, great on paper, but I want to be able to go out and have a good time with you too. He's not stiff.
Nope.
No. I don't know.
And here's the thing.
Loss.
I'm not like, Shaq is not necessarily my type.
No.
That I would look at, but he checks off everything. Like, I'm like Kirsten. Like, he checks off everything that I want as far as education, as far as his career, as far as his, I don't care about the whole church religion thing. I'm just sorry.
Yeah, that would be the only turn off for me.
Sorry, all of our religious people that are on that. I'm not that.
I would be out.
I don't care about all that. All I care about is,
you said it. There you go.
I'm like, he checks off everything on the list with the exception of the whole religion thing. And he has potential. He's not, I could walk by him on the street and be like, walk right by him and not be attracted to him. But if I was paired with him on this show, I might look at him and be like, yeah, okay, well, he's not my type. But once I got to talk to him and saw what he was bringing to the table, for me, your brain, your communication, your independence, for me, that is sexy as hell. I'm good. We good. We'll make this work.
She's not going to be able to get over
it. He hasn't met anybody in the education setting that he's in, because as a co-worker, I could see, you working with him. I mean, there's like people I worked with that of course never attracted to, but as you start working with them and you have the same kind of interest, he'll get snatched up. How old is he again?
33, 32, 33?
33, yeah.
And she's 32, he's 33, something like that.
Well, this is why our first initial podcast on this, I was leaning towards the whole down low brother thing, because I was like, how is this man not being scooped up? I thought he was gay. I told you all that.
Well, you
Just
can't
because
say
he's
that.
not scooped up. Yeah, just because he's not scooped up. He's young, only
Yeah.
32. He's traveled. He just moved to Nashville a little while ago. So
Yeah,
he's
but
been
he's
traveling and
looking. Yeah, but he's looking for this life, and I'm like, how are you not finding that? And that's why I said that the last time. I was
because
like,
he's in
He's
school. He's
getting
got other priorities right now.
and we
That
don't
was
know
his
how
whole thing. He has
long he
other
got to the
priorities.
point where he wanted to be married. He could have been fucking around all his 20s, but I think it's more like he was just more into his
Moving.
education and building up who he is.
could be.
But I don't think she's going to give him a chance.
I don't think so either. I don't think anybody has
Again,
hope
that's
for them.
another couple that isn't going to work for me in my playbook. She's never going to be attracted to him. I think it's going to be a
Nope.
Karen Miles situation where she's going to look at him. She's going to do what she needs to do to get through this show. And then she's, because we've all seen, I watched it. We've all seen well, I don't know about you two, but I watched the whole
I did.
preview.
I watched it. I had to watch it.
I watched the previews and I'm like, okay. So now she's officially kissing him in the mouth and swapping.
Oh,
She's swapping fruit and whipped cream in the mouth with each other. So I'm like, okay, now she's kissing him. But I'm
okay.
like, that's honeymoon shit. Oh, maybe it is, maybe it ain't. But I'm like, she's not attracted to him physically. They're not going to consummate that marriage. And I guarantee you, my personal opinion, decision day, not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think it will. So who's next?
The next one, let's go to well,
The next married couple. The one we didn't. There's two married couples. Eris.
That was McKinley and Dominique.
Dominique and Dominique. That's the other married couple that just got married. That ain't gonna work at all. Did you see the previews? Have you watched the previews? See, yeah, it was. I was
when she's carrying her stuff,
crying, walking out.
And when he says, "Oh, you need to change, you need to grow up," and he's like, "No, you need to." I was like, "Oh, that's." He's like, "Yeah, you need that. You need to. You should change. You need to change." I was like, "Oh."
And when Pastor Cal had them both sitting on the couch, and he said to them both, "So you both lied to us. You both lied." So
I didn't see that part.
Oh, I saw that.
I saw that one.
It was like, he's like, "So you both lied." And the two of them were sitting on the couch, and he's like, Pastor Cal was like, "So you both lied." And I'm like, what's the fucking lie? Who the fuck? Which one of you motherfuckers lied about what?
I don't get why they picked this woman saying that she's an old soul. No, she has the mind and the thinking of a 13-year-old girl.
That part.
There is nothing mature of anything that she says. I haven't seen anything so far in her demeanor that would make me think that this woman
not her friends, not her mama, not her grandmama. Let's just call a spade. All of them is in them streets.
It's not even about being in the streets. It's about her mind, her mental.
Yeah.
She's too young. She's 25. No, she's 25.
She acts like she's 12.
Yeah, I know.
So,
well, actually, she's 25 and she acts like, because that's how 25-year-olds act now. Excuse me, 25-year-olds, but that's how you act, as if a grown Gen Z person was 12. Okay.
There's no way. It's like when people say they don't recognize somebody's age, or they thought they were older. No, you didn't. Because if you talk to an 18-year-old girl, she sounds like a fucking 18-year-old girl. You talk to a 25-year-old woman and you're almost 40, that's a 25-year-old woman. There is no real common ground there. Unless you want it to be, and it's usually in the bedroom in your money. That's it. That's the common ground.
Okay. So, all I'm going to say is I was online today and I was looking at the thread of the rumors. So, rumor has it is that McKinley, he said he moved to Tennessee and staying at his man friend's house.
I thought it was a girl.
Parents' house. Parents' house.
His man friend's parents' house.
No, his best friend's parents' house.
But it's a girl.
Listen to me. The rumor on the street is that the house that he's staying at is his ex-girlfriend's parents' house.
Okay.
In Tennessee.
But
It's
is
not
that the one that he said
not
that
his
their best
man's
friend?
friend's house. It's not his best friend's house. It's not his girl best friend's house. It's his ex-girlfriend's parents' house. That's a rumor, and it might be false. So I'm just saying.
Because I thought he said to her he was staying at his best friend's parents' house. It's a woman. It is a woman. And he was like, she was one of my best men, and you saw her. So, well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Mhm.
We will see.
It don't matter, because at the end of the day,
They're not
great vibes from him either.
Here's the question though. Why would the mother put her in this situation?
I said that last
the
week.
mother? Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, but going back to your point, Shahida, she's too young. Why was
at 25?
Why you gonna put your daughter in a situation like that? Why would you do that? Sign your daughter up for that, unless you thought she was ready. Did you really think she was ready? Honestly, like as a mother, did you really think you're a 25-year-old girl, or did she just want her married? And that I don't know, because she doesn't seem mature enough. I don't know.
She wants grandbabies. She made it very clear in the episode. I need you to be married, and that was the episode the other night with the wedding when the mother was like, "I need you to make me some grandbabies," and Dominique was like, and the mother was like, "Within a year," and Dominique was like, 3 years. We'll do 3 years. 3 years. And mama was not happy about that. I don't want to be old having grandbabies. And I'm like, honey, your child is 25 years old. I'm doing the math. So basically, I'm older than Dominique's mother at this point, or maybe the same age as Dominique's mother. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
That makes no sense. You push her into a marriage to have children with somebody that she doesn't know or took the time to know, so that more than likely your grandchildren are going to come from a broken home. So none of this was thought or planned out. If you want some damn children from a broken home, then just let her have some children with her boyfriend.
Or just let her go to a sperm bank and get pregnant. Do it without involving people's emotions in this. Go to a sperm bank and have a baby. Period.
But can I just say one thing about him? And I know people are kind of liking him. I said it from the very beginning. There's something very suspect about him to me. Mm-hmm. And it goes back to that fucking story that he keeps telling about the girl who he was that does not, if it's true, then you are not in a relationship. You have checked out. You're not paying attention to cues. You're either selfish.
Not cues, but major cues. Major things.
Something not right about that story at all.
And why would you make the whole story about you moving to Tennessee to find the love of your life? Again,
after such a breakup.
After a breakup.
Like that.
Like, I'm not, listen, we've all had our hearts broken. We've all had divorces, well, not all of us, but most of us have gone through divorces and major tragedies and shit. Is that going to make me fucking want to pack up everything and move to another city and state? No. And live in another house that I can't afford to live in your state. So I'm going to go stay with my friends, my ex-boyfriend's parents' house. Because I think that rumor is true, that he's staying at his ex-girlfriend's parents' house. but we shall see.
Yeah.
Why would you leave a successful business, supposedly a successful business, to move to that state to start
Exactly.
all over doing
To find the
something
love of your life and to get
That's not right.
married. There's something.
Well, he didn't
awesome.
move. He didn't move to find the love of his life. He moved for it because he wanted to get away from wherever he was and come
Nope,
someplace different.
nope. He said he moved to Tennessee because his girlfriend. Oh, did you not see the story? His girlfriend that he was talking to.
Yeah, I know about that. He wanted to get away from that.
All right, we got away from that.
Yeah, he wanted to get away from that.
He wanted to get away from that, but he wanted to find his wife, and that's why he moved to Tennessee. And it was convenient for him that his friends' parents lived there, so he left Minnesota to go to Tennessee to find his wife. And he told Dominique, and it would just so happen how great of a convenience that I got on Married at First Sight. It's he's cloud chasing, and she is too. And that's why I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to talk about Dominique and McKinley anymore. Y'all two can. I'm just gonna sit here and be like, I don't think that marriage is gonna be, that ain't even making it to decision day. That shit ain't making it to the honeymoon. Maybe they'll go on the honeymoon, but after the honeymoon, I bet you, as God is my witness, that marriage is gonna end.
Well, we saw her carrying her boxes, and that was from the apartment, so I'm thinking that's after the honeymoon.
Well, yeah, but you know how they do with,
what I thought was funny? When Dominique's mother said to him, well, how does Granny feel about you marrying a Black woman?
Right.
He's like, my parents, they're all cool. She said, well, how about Granny? How about Granny?
He got offered $50,000.
Huh?
He got offered $50,000. His mother said, I will give you 50 grand not to do this.
No, I didn't see that part.
Oh, bitch, you missed
After
it.
Party.
After party.
After party?
Yep.
His mother offered him $50,000 not to marry.
Not to go through with it. It had nothing to
Not
do
to
with
go
the
through
race.
with it.
Let's just take that off the table. It had nothing to do with her race, nothing to do with nothing. It had everything to do with I'm gonna give you 50 grand if you don't do this shit. Period. And he was like, yeah, I thought about it.
See,
and now he's ass out 50 grand.
Something's fucked up about him.
Well, I think it's maybe the family. Something's off with the family, because the grandmother was. I didn't like it. It seemed kind of, his mother was still kind of like little shady, like, like the way he was talking she was talking to him, and then the way she was talking about the whole situation, and even when she was meeting them, she just seems kind of like there's something wrong with the McKinley clan.
Did you see the way his sister was looking at her? She was standing over the mother and just kind of looking at Dominique. And before she started talking, she was kind of like had that facial expression on her face. And I don't know, I couldn't read exactly what it is, but it was a strong reaction to being there.
You know what, to be honest with you, I didn't see all that. I just saw that I think the sister was standing up because they went to the bride and groom table, and there was only 2 chairs, and it was Dominique and the mother, and the sister had to stand up because nobody brought her a fucking chair. I just think that they were not ready for this. I don't think it had anything to do with race, even though the last time we spoke and had the podcast, I was worried about that. Like, you can't put people together unless a conversation has been had. And the fact that Dominique is sitting at the table talking to McKinley's mother and sister, like, hey, I'm biracial. I don't want to have those conversations.
But you have to.
But you have to, of course. You have to, of course. But the mother was like, the mother's reaction, I was watching it intently. The mother and the sister was like, that's not an issue for us. For us.
They thrust that conversation away quickly.
But
Right.
They can have that conversation.
I think for them, the conversation was, I mean, they're not the conversation, but the concern for them was, what the fuck is he doing? I'm looking at their faces. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they have an issue with her being biracial.
Mm.
I'm just like, I don't think this is gonna work. But let's talk about her mother and grandmother when they were talking about him, and they were like, he's really nice, but Jeffrey Dahmer was nice too.
Well, that's the God-given truth.
It is the God-given truth, but
yeah, but everybody is that. I mean, everyone can seem that whole thing about they seem nice. It's because I
You
don't
still
know.
have to have
Everyone.
your antennas up because you just don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I understand. Then don't get married at first sight,
thank
or
you.
don't promote it. If it's
I feel like
part
you
of the
have to have your
thing.
antennas up if you married to somebody or dating somebody for 6 years. Look at that woman in Massachusetts. Her husband just
Right,
fucking killed
I understand that, but
her.
Girl, that part.
So it's just like that's just part of life because you only know yourself and you only know yourself maybe 90%. You don't know what that other 10% of you might do. So you just have to be cautious. And I didn't feel that there was anything wrong with what she said. It's true. He seems nice, but we'll see.
Yeah. I just think that whole dynamic with them two is just off. And she's too young. I thought it was awkward when after they got married. I thought that I was watching when they got married, the wedding ceremony. I wasn't looking at them two. I was looking at the families on each side, and I'm like, here we go. I just don't think that either one of them are genuine, and I don't think that they signed up for the long haul to have a wedding, a marriage forever, and all that. So I'm going to go on the side of that shit ain't even going to make it to decision day. Of course, we've seen the previews. I've seen all that. I don't think that's going to work, period. End of story.
I don't think it's going to work either. I just think she's too young.
Yeah,
and
it's not looking good. Yeah,
and
it's not looking good.
Shady.
All right, so we have two more couples, and we'll go through them really quick.
Gina, and did you see that one?
Gina and
Did
Clint.
you see the previews for that one?
Lord,
I saw them previews, and Clint is a fucking dick.
Oh, wait, really? Because I said,
oh yeah,
didn't I say something about him was shady too? And then I wrote here, Clint is, oh, you can't see it. Clint is full of shit. When he was talking to her friends and family.
He talks, yeah.
All that. And then when she was talking about her business and he was just like, I know it was editing. I know they was fucking around with the editing. So I do understand that. But again, she's a hard worker. He can relate to that. I don't know where or how he gets his money, but he's not on her level at all. And I said at the very beginning, he was not good enough for her. And I stand by that. So what happened in the preview? Tell me what happened in the preview.
Hold on. Like I said, he's a trust fund baby. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, this is all I'm going to say about that. The reason why he didn't want it, he was all red-faced when she kept talking about her career and her business, is because how can you relate to someone like that when you ain't got shit? Not saying he doesn't have shit.
No, he has shit. He just hasn't worked.
He just didn't work for it. He's a trust fund baby, and that shit's gonna come out. And that's why he kept looking at her like, I just want to have fun, and I want to do this. I want to sail my ships and do all this. Yeah, here we go.
When he said to her friends, "Homie, don't play that," I was like, "Fucking dude, he's not attractive to me at all."
No, he's not attractive.
That suit. That hair, I mean, he just needs to be groomed. He looks like, was it you that said he doesn't wash? He looks like that. He needs to be groomed.
Yeah, he doesn't wash on a regular. He's just dirty.
But he,
Or, I mean, he might wash, but he might be like that white man in that video that we just saw the other day that his wife just said.
With no soap?
With no soap. He might just get in the shower and just let the water run on him.
But man, you didn't know that before you got married? You didn't smell
Thank you.
before you got married? When you all were dating, you never smelled anything?
No, that part. How are you?
And then when he said, she goes, how do you wash your ass? He goes, it's water.
Water. Every
He said
question
like,
she said to him, he was like, water. I use water. And she kept digging into him, and he's like, water. All right. Okay, still Depp family. We just digress, but here we are. All right, back to Clint.
that ain't gonna work.
That
I
is
like
not
her
what-
too. I like her too, but
I think Gina is all that. And she's beautiful. I must say, I think I said it the last podcast. I think Gina is one of the best looking brides in Married at First Sight history. Period.
Wow.
really? Wow. That's
I don't see that, but good. I'm glad she has a fan.
good. All right. Yeah, exactly.
I
All
am
right.
Gina's.
Everybody needs a fan. I gotta go to Nicole and Chris. I love them as a couple. I think that they're the only ones that's gonna make it out of this.
Oh, wait, before we get in that, I was just I'm looking at my notes. Back to Gina and Clint. I know everybody saw this shit. Gina's fucking friend. What's her name? Gina's friend Lindsay, that literally cock blocked Clint at the reception, and she literally invaded his personal space and was all like, so I got questions, I got that, I got that. It was annoying to me. I'm not a fan of Clint, but Gina's friend Lindsay, out of pocket.
How she? Oh, okay, I have to. I don't. Was that when
you gotta go back and look at it.
all the girlfriends were talking to him?
She had her 3 bridesmaids, and Lindsay was one of them. And the other 2 bridesmaids was just like playing the position. Lindsay was like, here's Clint. She's like, I have a question.
But that's what she's supposed to do.
Yeah, but nah, you ain't got to get up all in my personal space like that. Sorry.
No, I grant it, but I'm just saying that's what their role is. Every wedding, every group, they had somebody ask these crazy tough.
I get that. I get that, and I know that, but this bitch took it too far. And if I was the spouse, married at first sight spouse, and your boy or your girl comes up in my face like that, I'm gonna be like, boom, personal distance. Personal space. Back the fuck up. Because she was asking him questions and he's answering her, and she's in his face like this, and she's like, I got another question. And she was all in his face. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna work. Let's go to Chris and Chris.
You all didn't tell me what happened in the preview.
Oh, girl.
Oh,
no,
there's a lot of stuff.
We're not going to tell you. Wait.
Yeah.
You have to wait for it. You have to wait for it.
You gotta watch it. There's too many things. There's too many things. There's too many small things. And you're like, oh.
Yes.
Clint.
And we don't know the background story. So what we're not going to do is get caught up in this bullshit that we've been caught up in
for the
years that we've been talking about this. It could be anything, but the preview of the honeymoon, it's not good for Clint and Gina. But I don't want to talk about it because Clint shows his whole ass, but I don't know the background story to that. So what I don't want to do is have a conversation about it, and then
I didn't say have a conversation. I said tell me one thing because I already know he's an asshole.
All I can say is about Michaela. That the one reason to watch the whole season is because when Michaela went and knocked over the foosball table and went in the room and slammed the door, I was like, I gotta watch previews from now on. Huh? Right? I was like, oh, that's gonna happen. And how's it gonna happen? Remember Michaela when she did that crazy? Was it 2 seasons ago? The last season? Yeah. I don't remember saying so many damn seasons. 2 seasons ago. So that's why I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? Yeah, like if they're gonna give it away, they're gonna give it away
I'm
something
gonna,
more.
I'm gonna,
They can't
I'm
give
gonna
away
pull
too
it up.
crazy, but
TV.
Chris is crying. Chris is crying,
Yes.
and Nicole is crying. They have a
Yes.
fight.
They
Chris
gonna
and
make
Nicole
it.
have some kind of where
They gonna make
they're
it.
both crying,
I
and
don't think
then
any of
Clint. Then they blast Clint. So
Oh
some of
yeah,
the other
Clint,
people. Oh,
the
Nicole goes. Oh, Clint. He's full of shit that he's not attracted to Gina or something like that. And Clint's a piece of shit.
I knew
No, no.
well, no,
it was gonna come
wait.
up. That wait. I had a feeling, as much as you say that she's gorgeous or whatever, and she's attractive, one, but I kept saying in my head, I don't think that he is going to be into her. I think he's probably into like skinny chicks and or
Well,
whatever.
he says it in the preview. In the preview, he says in the group, they're all the couples, and he goes, "Yeah, I usually like athletic, thin athletic girls." And I was like, "There's athletic,
And
fit women
Gina is sitting right next to him, and that's
next to
when
him."
Nicole, they're all in the group thing, and he's like, "Well, normally I'm into like athletic, skinnier women, younger women," and
Too old
Gina is sitting there
next to his wife.
And Gina's sitting next to him, right next to his wife, and Gina's sitting there like,
Yeah.
And then Nicole goes left, and she's like, "Well, what the fuck? Like, I'm not like I'm big, or I'm athletic, or we're not."
Or natural sized women, or something like that.
Natural size
Why is he gonna?
into that? So that's not gonna work, and hence why it leads to my thing where last week, where the both of their asses live in the same building and couldn't understand why they didn't know each other or never met each other. Bitch, that's why. That should have been your key. Your clue right there. That he wasn't looking at you because you're Go ahead. What?
Oh, didn't Chris pull up? There was like 2,000 people in that building.
Doesn't matter.
That does matter.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
you're not gonna.
But really, does it matter?
Not even be on the
Does it matter
elevator.
to Clint? Does it matter to a person like Clint that is looking to make all these conquests? Trust when I tell you, if you live in a building with 2,000 plus people, you're gonna know who the bomb bitches are. Period. If you're a man and out there,
I don't know, but
I'm sorry, not sorry.
But she's at work all the time too.
That's a lot.
She's at work all the time. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. You can be in a huge complex like that in a I think there's 2,000 units. I thought it was. Was that 2,000 units?
Yeah,
not 2,000 people. It was.
I don't think it's 2,000 units. That's a lot of units. Come on now, pull it up.
That's what I said. I mean, like I thought.
What was the name of it again? I forgot the name of it.
505. 505 downtown Nashville.
Okay, so let's go to the last one.
Oh yeah,
Chris and Nicole.
I don't have any issue. I saw them. They had decent talks with family. She's into it. He's into it. I think they're gonna work. I don't have anything to say about them, other than this is what Married at First Sight is meant for them to.
I don't have anything to say about them, but they're not gonna make it either. No, I think.
Why are they not gonna make it?
I think that I like that they are. The both of them like to talk and do all that shit. I just think that shit's gonna get old real quick.
I don't see it. I see
he's gonna show her ass real quick, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm done."
She's very empathetic. She, I feel like for her, both of them are very empathetic people.
He's desperate.
She might be a little bit desperate, but that's not a bad thing. She wants what she wants, and she hasn't had. What's going on? I hear echo.
Yeah, why is it echo?
I don't hear an echo. Y'all hear an echo?
I do too.
Yeah.
This happened.
What's going on? Is it me?
Did you do?
I don't know.
It's only when we speak.
I hear I hear sirens in the background. Not me.
No, when we speak, there's an echo.
When you speak, there's no echo. You speak, Tanya.
Hi. Hello.
Did you just hit a setting on your thing?
Yeah,
I didn't touch anything. I haven't touched anything. What's going on?
Something got delayed on that thing.
All right, well, I guess we can wrap it up.
Wait a second. Is your turn your mute your thing and then come back on.
Mute my
Tanya,
thing?
you mute real quick and then come back on.
Okay, hold on. Let me just hold on.
Just mute it.
I gotta mute. Okay, where am I going? Where's my mute? Where's my mute? Okay, I muted. Can you hear
us?
I can
Yeah.
hear
See,
you.
there's no mute. There's no more echo anymore. It's your something on yours.
Hi.
Hi.
I mean, we can hear you.
Hi.
It's fine now. It's fine now.
It's fine.
It's done. Yeah. I'm over here in Beirut. You hear all this still going on? It's Friday night.
I'm like, all I hear is sirens. Y'all over there. You legit over there in Beirut.
Let me finish up with her.
Go ahead.
The reason why I think that they will make it. Both of them are very empathetic. And I know you see her as being desperate, but she's been in relationships where, she probably taken advantage of. And she's acknowledging, even their gifts. She needs somebody who is as thoughtful as he is. But on the flip side of that, she's not going to take advantage of that. She recognizes how thoughtful and sympathetic he is, but I don't think that she will take advantage of that because she wants to be for him what he is to her. It's something that she hasn't had. I don't see her or him as not really trying to make this work.
I agree with you that I think that they will try to do their best to make it work. I just don't think it's going to work.
Okay.
I think it can work. I think she's going to eat him up. We know that. We know that much. She's going to get tired and bored of him being so nice. She's already said, "Oh, he's so nice, accommodating. He's already so accommodating." Her quote was, he's been so nice to me and accommodated me so much. I just want to let him know that he's appreciated because he sacrifices himself so much. She's going to get tired of that. She's used to having someone be selfish.
She doesn't need that from him as well. She said in that same sentence that
she does.
You think she does? Because she's
she needs a little. She needs a little resistance.
That well.
She needs
a little resistance.
Yep.
She needs a
agree.
little resistance.
She does, but at the same breath, she's never had anybody really treat her well in relationships. And I think she's I think she's relationship mature enough to understand that she has to give just as much as she takes from him. I think she's ready. I think she's mentally fit to make the
but I don't think she's naturally. She thinks she is, and I think she thinks she is, and that she should be. But the bottom line is, it's not going to be. She's not going to. She's going to eat him. She needs a resistance from him. He has no backbone whatsoever. He can be nice, but he's got to have some backbone. Or got to be. He's just so whatever you want. She's going to get bored of that real quick. But she is a queen.
Stop that eventually. I mean, he might be very accommodating in the very beginning.
No, he's not gonna.
But he seems that kind of way, and she seems like she would want certain things. Like, no, I want to do this. It's like, okay, well, we'll do that. I can see him acquiescing a lot.
To stop your negative juju on my couple. This is my couple.
Well, I think they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna make it.
They're not.
I'm just thinking the reality of
Tanya, shut up about my couple.
I'm sprinkling all that juju on your couples, baby. You and Chris.
This is mine.
By the way,
none of these 5 couples are gonna make it. Period.
505 high rise, 350 residences.
Okay.
So they know
That's
each
probably
other.
about
Where do we get
Huh?
2,000?
Where do we get?
People.
Yeah, where did 2,000
Yeah, I don't
come
know.
from?
So just that would be about
But even
what, about
350 is a lot.
500 people? Yeah. In a
Yeah, but it's
45
not a
star.
lot. It depends. It's not a lot if you've lived there for a minute. You know the people. You come and go. We've seen each other on the elevator. I'm sure he's seen her, like she said. I'm pretty sure we saw each other in the elevator, and he's probably like, "Yeah, I saw your ass on the elevator, and you look like ass." And she was probably like, "Yeah, I saw you on the elevator, and you look like old
Well,
balls."
she said,
And
why haven't I seen you at the pool? And he's like, I'm usually at the marina. So he doesn't go to the pool. So they could miss each other.
She had a business.
Anyway,
She's
that's
working.
how much.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
she's working all the
that ain't
time,
gonna
too.
work. That ain't gonna work. That is not. None of these couples are gonna work. Period. In the story. So
I still
all
have
right.
hope for Chris and Nicole.
I know they're gonna work. I got money on it.
I
Chris and
hope
Nicole
someone's got to
will
work.
No,
You gotta give someone some kind of credit.
No,
Give them some kind of.
Nicole is too out there. She loves this nice guy thing right now, and he's doing everything for her and holding her hand and kissing her in the mouth and doing all that shit. That shit's gonna get old real quick.
Do you all think they
And
had
you can
sex?
see she was trying to get down. She was trying to get down.
I was gonna say, do you all think they had sex? Because I'm like, she's like, no. We're just
No,
gonna
I think he
hug
said no.
and cuddle.
I think he said no.
I don't think any
Yeah,
of the couples
I
had sex
think he said no.
on wedding night. But I'm telling you, next week, honeymoon, and the week after that, because we already know Lifetime likes to play this shit out. So next week we're gonna get like all the fucking the parents. Next week is gonna be the parent brunch, the family brunches, and then at the end, like the last 3 minutes, it's gonna be, oh, let's go. We're at the airport now. We're going to Jamaica because I saw the
Oh,
flag.
you saw what?
Yeah, I saw
what's going to happen
I saw that shit
to
with
Shaquille.
Shaquille.
Oh, did you see that, Shanita?
No, what happened?
Shaquille goes to Kirsten. Shaquille goes to Kirsten. Oh, yeah, I have a conference I have to go to for my school, so we're not going to Jamaica tomorrow. You're coming with me to Richmond or some place like Houston in Virginia. We got to go to Richmond, and then we're going to go to Jamaica. She's like, and then they cut it.
And
I was like, oh.
I liked
For his work.
about that. I liked everything about that because he exposed his alpha male, and that shit got me all excited because he was like, we're supposed to leave tomorrow for our honeymoon. And yeah, I got a research conference that I have to present to, and you're coming with me as my wife.
I did not.
And she was like, okay. And I was like,
oh, she said okay.
She was like,
she had no choice.
Stopped. She had no choice. I think the clip that they showed, he was telling her, and she was like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, for real?" But we'll see next week.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Yes, Hercules! I want to suck your dick." Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, good for him. Like I said, I never
We'll
thought.
see.
At the beginning, I didn't think he was a pushover. I didn't think
No.
that.
I didn't think so either.
For her either. So good for him.
I thought he had overly gay tendencies, but I never pegged him for a pushover. I think that this is a man that knows what he wants. He knows what he's doing. He has his agenda, and he's going there. And I like me some Shaq. I don't like the whole Justin, I want to take you down and take your garter off. I don't like that shit. I think that weddings from here on in should just exclude the whole bouquet toss and the whole garter toss. Let's get rid of that. But that's just me. Anyway, so we've covered everybody. So Chris, you got anything for us before we log off? You got anything?
CSI Vegas will be airing February 2nd on CBS.
Yeah.
I was mistaken. I thought it would be last night, but it is February 2nd now.
Okay, that's
because the 11th episode aired last week, so I figured the 12th would be this week, but it's actually in 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on with CBS. in the meantime, but
So
that's what
we're
that's what's
going
happening.
to possibly have a watch party if it happens. We're possibly
That
going
would
to
be
get a
fun.
watch party together and talk about it live stream while we're watching. Chris, anything
No, that
else?
would be fun.
Chris,
That'd be
anything else
interesting.
you want to? Anything else you want to
Nope.
bring up? Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Shahida.
Oh, the Upshaw's third season. I'm in 2 episodes of the third season. Starts February 16th
On Netflix. Yay!
on Netflix. Yes.
Shahida, anything you got going on that you want to talk about?
Who, me?
Yeah. You writing any books? Because I know you was a writing ass bitch. You got any scripts?
That's my goal. My ass ain't been doing shit. But
let's get it
January has
together
been a good
for
month for
2023.
me so far. I've been partying though, but I got to get my shit together. Get my shit together. But no, I'm not doing nothing.
Together.
So,
Get that shit
ask
together.
My headache is gone. If you notice, those
Your
pills
what?
kicked in.
You what?
Good.
Headache is gone.
Her headache.
As for me, since nobody asked what I was doing,
Oh, sorry.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna call you both. I'm gonna call you both out because June. I'm thinking I've texted you both about this, so I'm keeping it on schedule. On
I told you I
Oh.
cannot. Cannot.
I can't
travel.
decide anything. Come on.
Are we not going to the Netherlands in June to go see the weekend?
I can't. I don't know what I'm doing next week.
I already said I cannot.
You said you can't.
I have 2 big trips this summer.
Fine.
And one is Ghana that I invited you and Chris to come to.
When are you going to Ghana? And is it booked?
But we can talk about this all after our show is over.
Yeah. That's my mama's business.
Okay, here we go. All right, so let me go. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, next week, February the 2nd, is Chris on.
It's not next week.
PSI
2 weeks.
Vegas.
2 weeks, girl.
2
Don't
weeks.
play me.
2 weeks. Oh yeah,
February 2nd.
Oh yeah, February 2nd. Yeah, 2 weeks, and we will possibly live stream, but we'll let y'all know.
No,
but
definitely live streaming.
Love you guys. And do. Oh wait, I gotta get out of this here. Boom. Hey.
You have the Amanda Seals shirt on, huh?